This is my first time tasting any 13th Colony whiskey, and it's going to be 13th Colony Cask Strength 2024. Was it worth the hunt? Will I be impressed with my first 13th Colony whiskey? We're about to find out. Let's do this. Welcome back to Old Fashioned Ways Plus Plus. Now, as I said, I have never had any 13th Colony whiskey, and even though it's sold in my area, mainly because I always hear about the double oaked, and I have not gotten to try that one yet.
Not yet! Not yet!
Also, these bottles do take up a lot of real estate. Well, let's pop this one open and pour some out. Ooh, nice. This is the debut of 13th Colony Distillery's Cask Strength Southern Bourbon. Only 7,407 bottles of this limited release will be distributed in select markets, including Arkansas, Colorado, Connecticut, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Texas. Plus, it was sold online on Salebox and Bourbon Outfitter, which sold out in minutes. So my bottle number is bottle number 1823. On their webpage, they mentioned that their special releases sell out so fast in the past few years that they actually doubled the production and the releases to provide more for their fans and friends, more opportunity to get their hands on one of these bottles at retail. As usual, with a review, there will be a giveaway. I will be giving away some samples, so you want to stay tuned. Now you can find out how you can win some samples of this limited release. Also, if you haven't, smash that like button and make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. All right, let's get into the bottle details. 13th Colony Cask Strength 2024 release. Classification: Southern Bourbon Whiskey. Distillery: 13th Colony Distillery. Release date: summer 2024. The proof on this bad boy is 120.64, making it 60.32% ABV. Age 5 to 6 years. Finish: none stated. Mashbill: 70% corn, 21% rye, 9% malted barley. MSRP on this is $90. As with any of my reviews, my scoring is 1 to 10 on aroma, flavors, complexity, mouthfeel, finish, and of course, would I buy it again? All right, it's time to get into the fun part. So let's first just look at this. It is a nice color, kind of like almost a burnt orange is what it looks like, but that's a nice color. Let's see how it sticks to this glass here. Sticks to the glass, but those legs kind of go pretty quickly. Let's try that again. Yep. Those legs kind of start a little quick and kind of run. We'll see that. So let's go into the first part, aroma. Let's see how this is on the nose. Ooh, that was interesting. And the first part I got it like cherry, but like a cherry pie, like pie, like you had the cherry with that breading on it. You could smell some of that breading. Oh, that's a little bit different. That cherry is actually very, very forward in this. There's some smoke in here, kind of a little bit hint of caramel, but that cherry is very, very front and forward on this. So for that nose, I'm gonna give it a 5.5. Flavors, let's go for the initial taste. And this will be the first time I ever try any 13th Colony. A lot of spice in the front, like cinnamon. It's like the spicy hot those what do they call the cinnamon? What's the word for it? That candy, that cinnamon candy that you put in your mouth, or like a peppermint, the cinnamon, like Altoids that you put in your mouth. Very cinnamon, spicy forward. A little bit of sweetness in the middle, and then kind of doesn't do anything towards the back yet. At least not on that first taste. A little bit of that sweetness that I was talking about. A little bit of cherry, a little bit of chocolate, but very minimal hint on that. I really need to go into this one again because that actually went through it kind of quickly. So for initial taste, I'm gonna give that a 5. All right, complexity. How does this evolve on the tongue? So I got more of that caramel taste. There's a little bit cherry. There's a little bit of orange, like orange peel. It gets a little bit tannicky. And for being only, was it 5 to 6 years, it's not very aged, but you do have some nice, like that char, tannic taste to it as well. Hits the tip, hits the middle. It's in the middle, nothing in the back. It kind of goes through that kind of quickly as well. So for complexity, I'm gonna give that a 5. Now we're going in for mouthfeel, thickness, and viscosity. As I said, like on the glass, it runs really quickly. So on the tip, fades really quickly. On the mid palate, stays there. Nothing on the back of the throat. Nothing on my palate, like nothing on the roof of my mouth. A little bit of saliva building up now because I've had a few drinks of it. The finish goes through that evolution, goes through the sweetness, and then I just get kind of that spicy, tannicky it goes through it pretty quickly, faster than I thought it would. I'm gonna have to give that a 5. So here we go, let's do the finish. I kind of already talked about that with that last drink, but I'm gonna go in for it again. Yeah, you go through that evolution, you go through the flavors, you go through that. The spiciness is not as hot as it was, not like that red hot that I was having in the beginning. But you still have that cinnamon, you have char, you have caramel, you have a hint of cherry, you have a hint of that chocolate. But it goes through that pretty quickly. And like right now, there's a little bit on my tongue, but very minimal. I mean, I'm kind of having to focus on it just to actually taste that right now. So on this finish, that finish is way too fast, especially for something that's supposed to be cask strength. And they call it their, I mean, this is like their main bourbon, right? This is their main one. I don't know about that. I'm gonna have to give the finish a 5. So would I buy again? I was really looking forward to this bottle. I was pretty excited. I mean, this is, as I said, my first 13th Colony. I hear such great things about the double oaked, and I really want to try that one still. But this one for $90, ooh, 5 to 6 years. Is it a $90 bottle? Unfortunately, in my opinion, it is not. It is not a $90 bottle. It's good. It's a good pour. It's a good $50, $60 bottle, but a $90 bottle, not for me, not this time. So for it, I mean, would I buy again at $90? Actually, I wouldn't.
Don't buy it.
I won't. So this is the first time I actually say I won't buy again, or maybe the first time I can remember. So would I buy again? No. And I'm gonna give this a 4. Wow. This is interesting. So I was expecting a lot more from this. I don't know if it's because of all the hype around the double oaked. So it's a good pour. I mean, I like it. It's a good pour. I just don't think it's a $90 bottle, and it's hard for me. It's just funny. I mean, I'm gonna stick with that. I kind of scanned my book. So since I've been writing in here, this is actually gonna be my lowest score. So my total score for this was 29.5 out of 60. Wow. I think anybody out there, try to get a pour from a friend before you go hunt this down. I would not pay much over. I wouldn't pay over MSRP. I mean, I almost wouldn't pay MSRP for it again. If you find out MSRP, go for it.
Go for it.
Take it. You know, there's 7,000 bottles out there, so you'll be able to hopefully find one. But I'm surprised at how fast this goes through the palate and how it doesn't stick to the glass, how it doesn't stick on the mouth, and how it kind of fades pretty quickly. I don't have any of its flavor in my mouth right now. It's pretty much gone, and that's pretty rare. All right, after all that, let's talk about how you can win a sample, right? I think it's worth at least sampling. I want you guys to try it, and I want your feedback on this too. Am I wrong? Am I wrong in this?
You are wrong.
I mean, this is my palate. This is my palate today, right? I mean, who knows? Maybe it's one of those things I need to let open up, and in 2 weeks, it's going to be a lot better. We'll see. I'll probably go back to this. This is one of those I need to go back to. But let's talk about how you can win a sample. The way to win a sample of this, in the comments below, if you've tried any 13th Colony whiskey, let me know which one it is and your thoughts on it. Is there one that, okay, you recommend that's on the shelf that I can go get that I should be trying? Should I be trying a different one? Also in the comments below, add #Lucky13. I will have samples to give away in the next few weeks. I'm not sure exactly when, but we'll get those out. I always will get my samples out.
I promise you.
Well, my friends, thank you. Thank you for joining me on another journey down the bourbon rabbit hole. To our next journey, my friends, cheers.